Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shellcraft One in my old barn door, and I am back working on our Lapbook, and so we're going to go ahead and finish the fabric on this one. So the next thing I want to do is just miter the corners. So it's kind of at a weird angle, but I'm just going to go right down through here. Now make sure you don't get too close to the corner because then you'll have an opening. So, but you just want to just trim off all four corners. Let's turn it around this way. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just trim off a little bit of the edge of this. Doesn't matter how neat it is, because it doesn't have to be super neat. Okay. And then we're going to trim that one. And then trim this one. Okay. And then I think I might trim the edge of this one just a little bit because we really don't need this much on the edge. So you just basically want about 3/4 to an inch, and that way you have enough to wrap it over the edge of the cover. I know I'm not cutting this very well, but I'm not trying to make it pretty. I'm just trying to get it done. Okay, and then this, see, we can use these little strips for tag toppers or whatever. Okay, and then I probably could cut this one down a little bit too. Let me just do that real quick. And again, I'm not trying to worry about being straight or anything like that. I'm just doing a little bit of a trim. That one went crooked. Okay, there we go. Now then. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to take my glue, and I find it better to start on the long edges. It just works better for me. You can start on the short edge if you want to, whichever way you want to do it. Alright, so we're just going to get us a little bit of our Aleene's. Mix it in good. And we're just going to start adding our little line of glue all the way down. I'm going to thin this out a little. Okay. What you doing, Remy? What's Remy doing? Okay, slide it down a little bit more. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera. Okay, so now I'm just going to start in the middle, and I'm just going to basically just kind of push down, and that just kind of makes sure that it's, you know, the fabric's tight at the top. Okay. All right, just make sure we're getting it all down into the glue good. scoot it down just a little. Hopefully the lighting's okay. It's nighttime here now, so my lighting is not as good. Okay, that one's trying to fold up on me a little. Okay, so we got that one, and now I'm going to turn it around and do this side as well. Let's see if I can get a little water on there and thin it out a little. Okay. I think that worked a little better as far as spreading the glue out like that. And as I'm putting the glue, I'm making sure that my tape is down good. My masking tape, and that way we don't have anything coming loose. Okay. I hope everybody's having a good day today. I'm just kind of, I'm trying to do this series, and, you know, I'm not doing a separate video each day. In other words, I'm recording ahead so that I can remember where I am in the process and get these videos done for y'all, because I'm still in the process of trying to make kits too. So kind of trying to split my time between that and this, and then also the new kind of journal that I've been talking about. I'm just trying to kind of put some ideas together and put some things together that I want to use in it. So kind of got a lot going on right now, but that's okay. All right, so now we've got both of our top and bottom done. So now we're going to do the sides. And you have to have quite a bit of room to do it, but if you fold it up, it makes it a little easier for you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue across here. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. Let me just check. Okay, just going to put some glue all the way across, and you want to make sure you get a good amount on the fabric part, because it tends to soak up that glue a little faster. Okay, and then I'm going to take a little bit of glue and I'm going to put it up in that little, see the little corner there where we've mitered the corner? If you put you a little extra glue up in there, it'll make it a little easier for you. Now, let me find, I don't know where my other bone folder has went. Basically, what I do when I do this is I'm going to take this little corner right here, and I'm just going to kind of push it in, and I kind of use my bone folder to help me. And you see that's where that extra glue comes into play for you. And then I just kind of spread it out with my bone folder. And then I'm going to push that one in. Like that. That extra glue just kind of holds that down for you. And then I'm going to fold it in like this. And see how we did that with the mitered edge. I'll zoom in for you just a little. See how it gives us a good, clean, pretty edge there. And that way you don't have anything, any parts of the book showing. Okay, so let's do this other side. I'm going to leave that one open because I want that glue to dry, so I'm just going to kind of lay it out. Maybe. I'm just trying to make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. I think we're good. Okay, so let's just get a little bit of glue on this end. And I think I've got enough glue on here to go ahead and put my glue in the corners there. Now see, I got these corners short, so it makes it a little harder when you get your corners a little bit too short. You just want to make sure your edge, you know, the corner of your actual book is not showing through that edge or through that fabric. Okay, I'm going to take my bone folder and just kind of fold that in a little. See, that's a little bit tighter because we didn't leave as much fabric. So it's kind of a delicate balance between getting enough cut off and leaving enough there. Okay, we're just going to pull that tight and lay it right down in there. And I had some extra glue on my finger, so I'm just going to run it over that to make sure that that piece of fabric holds down there on that corner. Because this corner is a little bit bent from wear and tear through the years, so I'm going to grab a wipe and get some of the glue off of my fingers. Okay, so now we have our cover done. Let me put the lid on my glue, and I'll show you the cover. Okay. So now we have good clean corners, and we have our fabric on, and I'm going to lay this one over on the side to dry, and then we'll work on the other one real quick. Oh, I need to clean my mat. It's got all that glue on it. Okay, got my mat cleaned off. So we're going to bring this one over, and this fabric, now this is a really thick fabric. I think I got this at a flea market for little, I can't remember, but it was a great price on it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to cover this spine first. So we'll work on that part first, and then we'll decide. Oh, sorry if it's glaring. Sometimes it picks up that light and it glares pretty bad. So we're going to cover the spine first, and then we will decide what we're going to do on these spines and this part. I think I don't know. Anyway, so what I like to do, I'm going to go ahead and open this up. I'm going to leave that one shut because I don't have much room on that side. Okay, so this is 4 inches. So I usually like to have 1 inch on each side. So I'm going to cut my fabric at a 6-inch width. And what I like to do is I like to have enough fabric to where I can go up this way and fold it over and go down the other side. So I need double the length of my book. So the first thing I'm going to do is just get, I think I want the stripes to go side to side. I think that's what I want. Alright, so I am just going to, I'm going to take my ruler. I'm sorry. I'm going to zoom back out for y'all for just a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to take my ruler, and it doesn't have to be perfectly at 6, so, you know, I'm just going to snip a little piece right here at 6 inches. I don't know if this one will rip crossways or not, but we're going to try it. Oh, yeah. It will definitely do that. Okay. cut that little seam. All right. It's good stiff fabric. Okay, so then I'm just going to take it. I'm going to take it from this end because I don't really want that seam on there. Yeah, see, that measures out perfectly. And I do like it with the stripes going that way. Now, here's where you have to think. Because before you do this part, you've got to consider what you're going to put here. And if you want your fabric edges on the outside of whatever paper no, I take it back because you won't be able to do that because we're going to put pockets and different fold outs and things on these. So just forget I said that. Okay, but it does take a lot of thought process. It's a lot. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here. And then I'm just going to flip my book over. Okay, we're going to have to move some of this mess because it keeps getting caught up in everything I'm trying to do. Okay. And then we're going to go all the way down this way with it. And then we're going to snip right there. And just rip it across. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it back over. And we're going to put our glue here and go ahead and put our fabric on. And if you have a thinner fabric, you might want to paint this or something, or even put a pretty piece of paper on it. You know, if you don't want the game part showing through. Okay. So we had our shrimp tacos and they were so yummy. They were very good. So I do shrimp in the iron skillet and I just cook it, you know, with the taco seasoning on it or whatever. And then I make this cabbage salad, which is basically just shredded cabbage and a little bit of red onion chopped up in it. Not shredded cabbage. I mean, you can shred it if you want to, but I just chop it. And then I use this Chipotle ranch sauce and as the dressing to put on it. Because I don't, you know, some places where you get shrimp or fish tacos, they put that mango salsa on it. And I don't like sweet mixed with any kind of meat. Like I don't like sweet and sour or anything like that. You know, sweet and sour chicken or anything like that. So, alright. So then we're just going to lay this down here. Try to get it straight. And then, okay, see, we don't have it straight. What are you doing, Remington? Okay, and then we're just going to kind of rub this down into the glue. I know I'm shaking the camera, sorry. Okay, just like that. And then we'll flip it over and do the same thing here. And again, if you have a slick surface, you know, or a shiny surface that you're trying to do this on, you're definitely going to want to sand it before you put your glue on. That just makes sure that you get a good hold with your glue. I know I said we were going to cut some of this off, and we may still. But we might not have a choice. We might have to leave it like it is. And that's okay, because you can still see that it's American Childhood Best Books or whatever. So it's fine. I'm not too picky about it. I just think it's a really super cute book for a journal cover. Okay. I'm just going to go this way with it. And I like to kind of stretch the fabric a little, especially if it's a thicker fabric like this. So just kind of stretch it on down to the bottom. And that way it gets good adhesion, you know, into the glue. Okay. And I leave it a little long at the bottom sometimes for just until it dries. And then, you know, if I feel like I need to, I can trim that off. Okay, so now we need to decide. All right, here's what I'm going to do with this. If I find that my glue, that my tape is pulling up some, I'll just run a little glue underneath it. That way, I know it'll hold it down, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but that way you don't have to worry about your tape letting go. Okay. So now we need to decide, while this is drying, what we're going to do here. And I honestly think that, ooh, you know what? I have some different fabric that I want to do. Hold on, let me grab it. Okay, here we go. I kind of can't decide between these. I like that. I like that. I like that, and I like that. I don't have as much of this. Let me just look real quick. If I have enough of this, I think I might use this. And I think I might cover the spine and this part of the journal. If I have enough. I think I'll have enough. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll have plenty for both sides. So let's just go ahead. All right, so we're going to need, scoop my glue up. Oh, oops. I don't need to bend that yet. See if we can just lean it up against this camera tripod for a second. Oh, it's going to slide. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. Let me find my bone folder. We're going to go ahead and do this bend. See how that crinkles up right there a little? And then we'll go ahead and do this one. And you're going to get some crinkle, and that's okay, because this is a thicker fabric. So, all right, so let's see if we can bring it over here now. Ooh, sorry. So sorry. Okay. Now, we're going to get enough of this fabric to cover the spine and this part. So, I am going to, and we need to leave a little bit here, you know, like an inch to be able to fold it in. So, I'm going to cut there. Well, I just threw that across the room. And then cut there. And then I'm just going to try and cut another piece about the same size. Hey, this one might be about the same size. Nope, nope. We might can make it work. We'll see. Let's go ahead and put this one on first. So we need to turn this over. Sorry about moving the camera. Okay. We're going to have to bend that backwards a little bit, I think. I know. I'm so sorry. I'm shaking the camera. Okay. See if we can get it to sit still. I'm going to put the scissors right there for temporarily. Now, see how this is glossy? You know, it's got a little bit of a shine to it. So I'm going to take a piece of sandpaper. I just get a little cheap piece of sandpaper from the dollar store, and I'm just going to sand that down, because that's going to allow the glue to have a little bit more tooth. So I'm not going to make you watch that, so hang on. Okay, so I sanded it down, and I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not, but you can just see the little scratch marks that I made with my sandpaper, and that's just it just gives it just enough to give it a good bite, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get the glue on here all over the cover and get a little water and thin it down some. That helps it to spread a little easier too. Sorry about it shaking the camera. There's just not a whole lot I can do about it right now. Eventually, maybe. I don't really have room in here for like a tripod. I want one of the... I used to have shelves over my desk in the other craft room, and I had the little clip-on phone holder, you know, that I could film from above. And since I've moved into this new craft room, I don't have those shelves above my desk. I have a window instead, which is good. It's good for better lighting, but it does kind of... Okay, I'm gonna have to do some weird reaching here. It does kind of limit me as far as how I can film. So one of these weekends, if things slow down, me and Sunshine are going to get in here and figure out a shelf or something that we can put above the desk, and be able to put the camera up there again. Shoot, we got strings going everywhere. Okay. All right, get off. Here we go. So I'm basically just going to kind of eyeball and slide. And I'm just going to go to the very edge of this tape. I just don't want the edge of that tape showing. And it's showing just a little bit. Let's pull it this way just a hair more. There we go. And then we're just going to smooth this down into the glue. Make sure you don't get any wrinkles. But they're fairly easy to rub out the wrinkles. Okay. Get rid of these strings. And then we're going to flip it over. Going to miter the corners. Actually, I'm going to trim this down just a little bit. That'll be a tag topper. Miter in the corners. Miter that one. And then put our glue down here. Make sure all your tape is down good. Okay, and then we're just gonna push that in like that. We're not gonna worry about the inside because you're not gonna see any of this. Okay, and then we're gonna put some glue across the edge on the top. See how some of this tape is, you know, kind of crinkled up, so I just want to make sure I glue really good on top of it, and that will keep it where it's supposed to be. Okay, then we're going to fold this part in, rub it down into the glue. Oh, let's not fold that part there, Sunshine. There we go. Okay, there we go. I know that looks weird, but it will be fine. Okay, and then put some down this way. some in there and some in there. I need to put some more water in my brush jar. Okay, put the top back on this. I'm trying to hurry so that I think once we get in, after we get finished with the construction of the journal, it'll go a little bit faster. So I'm just folding my corners in, and then we're going to pull this forward. I'm going to fold that one in a little bit further. There we go. See how it gets I'm going to zoom in for you so you can see that a little better. Hopefully I didn't make you dizzy, but see how we've got a good corner right there. And another trick is if your corner's not sticking down good, like right here, just get a little of this excess glue on your finger and just kind of rub it. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all can't even see. Get a little excess glue and just kind of rub it down, and it'll bring that corner on down, and you'll get a good clean corner. I have glue all over me. That's okay. All right. So now we have, I'm going to let this dry before I try to fold it, but I'll turn it over. So we've got our fabric on this panel. That's our front of the book, and we'll do some work on that. There's our big spine with our ticking. Oh my goodness, my words were just gone. There's the back of the journal. Whoops. I guess I could zoom out for you a little bit. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I feel like I'm fumbling through this. Just call me the fumbling crafter today. Okay. Zoom out just a little more. All right, and then there's that. So we'll come back in the next video and we'll start working on the insides and start working on some pockets. So pick your favorite scrapbook papers that you want to use in your lapbook, and we'll get started. So please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments below, and I love y'all real big. See you next time. Big hugs.